Let Them Eat Cake. I'm Madame Faux Cliche. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make these. I'll be showing you how to decorate them so that they're fit for the ball. So let's get making. Of course, to start off with, you're going to need a pair of shoes. I bought these shoes on eBay for around about $8, but you can use some shoes you've already got. You'll need some stick-on pearls from a craft shop. These are going to go around the edge of your shoe. I used a gemstone glue to stick my little pearls on, but you can use any kind of craft glue that'll keep them stuck on there. These buckles, which I also ordered on eBay, and you'll need some ribbon. Now I've used 2 ribbons joined together, which I think gives a really nice bow effect. You'll need some sticky tape to join your ribbons together, and you'll also need some of this fabric that I found at Lincraft. I'll try and find out what it's called and leave it for you in the comments below. You can use any type of fabric that's suitable for this project. These are the pieces that I cut out and then stuck onto the shoe. So you'll need a pair of nice sharp craft scissors to cut those out with as well. You'll also need a bit of nail polish just to put at the end of the bows to stop them unraveling and getting all messy. You'll need a glue gun to stick your bow on and to stick your extra pearls on your buckle at the end. To make your ribbon buckles, you'll need to measure out about 30 centimeters of 2 different contrasting colored ribbons. So just go ahead and do that, just snip them off, and there we go. Then just lay them out, and using some sticky tape, we're just going to stick them together. Later on we'll pull the sticky tape off, but this just makes it a lot easier to keep the ribbon together neatly while you're putting it through the buckle. So just put the sticky tape on the back there and just do your best to line it up. It can be a bit tricky and you might need a couple of goes, so you do need to be a little bit careful and patient with this step. So I'm just smoothing it out. As you can see, they haven't quite lined up properly, so I'm just going to pull this one off and leave the other one stuck on. This is a pretty good way to do it. It just kind of gives you a guide, and it's a good idea to try to keep your sticky tape not sort of hanging over the edges of the ribbon. I'm just lining up the purple ribbon and just slowly matching it to the bottom of the cream colored one, and just take your time and just try and get it right. If you don't get it right the first time, just have another go and you will eventually get it. So there you have it. I've got my 2 ribbons joined together with the piece of sticky tape on there. I'm just sort of smoothing it out to try and keep it stuck together. Okay, now that you've got your piece of ribbon joined together, go ahead and get your buckle. Start off by folding the ribbon in half at the end. Just slip it through your buckle like this. Now you will notice that I haven't stuck the pearls on. I'm going to do that later, so you do need to be a bit more careful when you're doing that. You could put the pearls on before at this stage if you wanted to, but I've just chosen not to. So now you've got a little loop that you've made at the edge of the bow. This part here you're just going to fold down, and that's just going to be your bow's tail. So with this one, I just go back through and just carefully tuck that in at the back. This can be a little bit tricky. You can use some scissors to kind of loosen it up and help you push it through if you're having a bit of trouble getting it through the back there. So once you've got your bow looped through the back, that'll give you sort of a second loop. I'm just going to use the scissors here because it's a bit stuck. So there we go, that's got it. Okay, so just pull that down, and that gives you your other part of the ribbon I guess loop, so that you've got the 2 loops, and you're just going to kind of pull that through and try and get them so that they're pretty much even. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece out when I've got that even and just tuck it under. They won't sort of stay under just while you're holding it, but later on, if you remember, we're going to be putting some hot glue at the back of the bow, and that'll keep it in place. So I just pull this one out from the loop, and that will just sort of fold down over, and it'll get stuck on there later with a nice big blob from the hot glue gun, and that should keep it in place. So that's how you make the little double bows. Now I'm going to go and show you how to place the little flower pieces that we've cut out from our material. So with this one, I'm just going to snip it and make it a little bit smaller. As you can see, this was actually a complete sort of flower. This was the petals on the flower, and I just went and cut 2 of those off. These little smaller pieces with the petals removed are going to go on the side, but I just wanted to have a little bit more design underneath the bow just showing through, and this kind of just gives it a nice look as if you've actually almost embroidered on the shoes. So that'll just sit there like that underneath the bow, that'll be glued on. Now these other pieces, you need 2 of those just with the flowers cut out, and what I've done is I've just joined the long stems together just to give it a nice sort of shape of decoration on the side of the shoe there, just like that. And then I've cut 1 whole piece out which goes on the back, so you'll need 4 of the pieces with the petals cut off, and 2 of the full sort of flower designs to go on the back, and the petals to go on the front, which you just sort of make together in a circle. Now I've continued to use a gemstone glue to stick the flowers on, so I've just got a really fine paintbrush because I don't want to make too much mess. So I've just gone ahead and covered all of these with the gemstone glue. It is supposed to be a washable glue, which is part of the reason I've used this. Now I'm not going to show you me doing all of them, so you can just imagine I've gone ahead and stuck them all on in the same way. Okay, so now that I've got them all stuck on there, you can see that I've just pushed them down around here. You can always go ahead and add a little bit more glue at the end if you feel like it's not sticking down properly. It doesn't matter if it sort of overlaps this bottom part of the shoe. It's better to leave a little gap at the top where you're going to be putting the pearls around. That's sort of more important. So I just start with the little pearl strips, and they can get very sticky, so you do need to sometimes stop and wash your hands if things are getting stuck. I just start in the middle, and that way when you get to the back of the shoe you can just sort of space them out so that it looks quite even and you don't really notice any gaps. Once again, I'm not going to show you me sticking all the pearls on there because it is very time consuming. You can just imagine. So this is what I've done already. I've gone and stuck the pearls on all around the edge of the shoe. It does take a long time, but I think it gives it a really pretty effect. I found that just using a little daub with a really fine paintbrush on the back of the pearl was the best way to stick them down. You can stick the glue to the shoe and then put the pearl on, but this was the best way that I found. Now, if the pearls are moving around, you can just sort of tap them into place with the end of your paintbrush, just like this. It's a good little trick. The final step to completing your shoes is to go and use your glue gun and stick some little pearls around the buckle and then stick the buckle onto the shoe. I didn't actually take any footage of myself doing this, and the truth is that I'm a bit nervous about using the glue gun for the videos because I've given myself a few really nasty burns when I'm trying to show you how to stick something on rather than just concentrating on what I'm doing. So you just have to imagine that when you're finished, you just add the pearls and add the buckle with the glue gun, and there you are, your shoes are finished. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial,